Sports with Josh. Sports with Josh. I'm your host, Josh, here. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and depending on when you're listening to this, hopefully you're listening to it. Thank you if you are. We appreciate all my listeners. I'm your host, Josh Evans, and we're here for another edition of Sports with Josh. We're going to get right into it and start talking about the NBA All-Star Weekend going on right now. It's been a fun, great weekend so far, getting started with the All-Star Celebrity Game. Little man Kevin Hart won the MVP as he was tearing it up for Dwight Howard and his teammates. Fun game to watch, not a very active game as far as basketball goes, but it's always good to see the celebrities out there doing their things. The Secretary of Defense put on a clinic for his team. It was interesting. I don't really follow politics that closely. I'm more into sports, obviously. That's why I do the show. But it's funny to see someone in such a high position out there playing ball. Kevin Love won the three-point contest, beating Kevin Durant. Now, I didn't watch the three-point contest. I was priorly engaged, but I was very surprised to hear this because when you think Kevin Love, you think rebounding, boxing out, big guy in the paint. But it's his hidden talent. He could shoot the ball from behind the perimeter, and he beat Kevin Durant in the final round by 3. Utah's Jeremy Evans won the dunk contest. I did watch the dunk contest, and I'm very sad that I did, however, because compared to what we've seen in the past years with Blake Griffin, Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard, Michael Jordan, if you want to go way back then, this just it didn't live up to the hype of what NBA All-Star Dunk Contests usually live up to. But congrats to the rookie from Utah, Jeremy Evans, on winning the dunk competition with a couple interesting dunks of his own. The Daytona 500 was scheduled to be raced today after 2 weeks of preparation and media coverage. It was postponed due to rain. Turned the race on this morning at the starting time at 11 o'clock, and it was just pouring rain in Daytona Beach in Florida because of rain cells and storm cells that were passing over the area. After 3 hours of waiting, tried to dry off the track when it stopped raining. Just wasn't working, so they postponed the race till Monday, a.k.a. tomorrow. So watch tomorrow on Fox, the Daytona 500. In the middle of the NFL Combine right now, Robert Griffin III stole the show with a 4.41 40-yard dash. A lot of people are actually saying this kid from Baylor is outshining Andrew Luck in the Combine. So he's the story right now. Looking good going into the NFL draft for RG3. Now, I have heard some critics, and these are just rumors, that the Colts are actually interested in drafting RG3 instead of Luck. Now, personally, I think those are totally false. I don't think the Colts would ever pass up on Andrew Luck, regardless of what's going on in the Combine right now. The Colts are going to draft Andrew Luck. RG3 could go to a new number of places. We don't know yet. In other news, T.O. made his Indoor Football League debut yesterday. Caught 3 touchdown passes. T.O. still got it. Randy Moss wants to get back in the NFL. Maybe T.O. will follow his suit again, and we might see those two guys doing their thing next year in the NFL once again. So good news for T.O. All-Star Game is in progress right now. The West are up 41-28 in what I have renamed it the NBA All-Offense Game because defense seems to disappear every year during the All-Star Game. It's going to be a fun weekend, though. This is just a short little segment. I got to get out of here. Thank you for listening. I very much appreciate my listeners. Another edition of Sports with Josh next week. Thanks, guys. Sports with Josh.